Life Philosophies Unleashed.
Are you looking for deeper meaning in your life? Do you want to explore existentialism and learn how it can help you live a more fulfilling life? Look no further than the great Russian author Fyodor Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky's novels are filled with complex characters, philosophical musings, and timeless lessons about the human condition. In this video, we'll explore 10 life lessons we can learn from Dostoevsky's Existentialism. Lesson 1. Isolation arises from an abundance of self-importance. It's all too easy to become preoccupied with our own lives, forgetting about the world outside. When we prioritize ourselves above all else, we run the risk of becoming isolated and disconnected from the things and people that truly matter. But according to Fyodor Dostoevsky, true connection comes from putting others first. When we prioritize the needs of others, we begin to see the world in a different light. We start to notice the struggles and joys of those around us, and we become more connected to the world as a whole. By cultivating a sense of empathy and compassion, we can create deeper, more meaningful relationships with others. But putting others first doesn't mean sacrificing our own needs and desires. It's important to strike a balance between our own needs and those of others. By finding ways to meet our own needs without neglecting those of others, we can create a more harmonious and fulfilling life for ourselves and those around us. Dostoevsky's message is clear: we are all interconnected, and our actions have a ripple effect on the world around us. When we prioritize others and act with compassion and empathy, we create a more positive and interconnected world. So let's take a moment to pause and reflect on our own lives. Are we putting others first? Are we cultivating empathy and compassion in our daily lives? By taking small steps to prioritize others and creating deeper connections with those around us, we can make the world a better place, one person at a time. Lesson 2. Strive for self-improvement out of personal growth, not to meet others' expectations. We often find ourselves seeking validation from others, wanting to be accepted and valued by those around us. However, Fyodor Dostoevsky reminds us that true happiness and fulfillment come from within. We should strive for self-improvement out of a desire for personal growth and fulfillment, not to meet the expectations of others. When we focus on personal growth, we become more self-aware and develop a better understanding of ourselves. We begin to recognize our strengths and weaknesses, and we can work on improving ourselves in areas that matter to us. This process of self-improvement leads to greater self-confidence and a sense of purpose that goes beyond external validation. It's important to remember that personal growth is a journey, not a destination. We should enjoy the process of learning and growing, rather than focusing solely on the end result. By setting small goals and making incremental progress, we can build momentum and create a positive cycle of growth and self-improvement. Dostoevsky's message is clear: we should prioritize personal growth and fulfillment over meeting the expectations of others. By doing so, we can find true happiness and inner peace. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we striving for self-improvement out of a desire for personal growth and fulfillment, or are we simply trying to meet the expectations of others? By focusing on our own growth and development, we can create a more fulfilling and authentic life for ourselves and those around us. Remember, you are the only person who can define your own path in life. Embrace personal growth as a journey of self-discovery and fulfillment, and let go of the need for external validation. By doing so, you can unlock your true potential and create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Lesson 3. Prioritize experiencing life over dwelling on its contemplation. Dostoevsky's message is clear: Life is meant to be experienced, not just analyzed and contemplated. It's easy to get caught up in our thoughts and worries, but we shouldn't forget the joys and wonders that life has to offer. When we prioritize experiencing life, we open ourselves up to new opportunities and experiences. We start to appreciate the beauty and diversity of the world around us, and we become more connected to the people and things that matter most. By living in the moment and being fully present, we can create deeper and more meaningful relationships with others. But experiencing life doesn't mean we have to constantly seek out new and exciting experiences. Sometimes, it's the simple moments that bring us the most joy and fulfillment. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, enjoying a good meal, or simply taking a walk in nature, we can find meaning and purpose in even the smallest moments of life. By prioritizing experiencing life, we also gain a greater sense of perspective and gratitude. We start to recognize the blessings and opportunities that life has given us, and we become more mindful of the things that truly matter. This sense of gratitude and appreciation can lead to greater happiness and contentment in our daily lives. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we prioritizing experiencing life, or are we getting caught up in our own thoughts and worries? By taking small steps to be more present and mindful, we can create a more fulfilling and authentic life for ourselves and those around us. Remember, life is a precious gift, and it's up to us to make the most of it. By prioritizing experiencing life, we can create a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. So let's embrace the beauty and wonder of the world around us, and let's start living our lives to the fullest. Lesson 4. Emotional intelligence holds the same depth of understanding as rational thinking. Emotions are often dismissed as irrational or unimportant. But according to Dostoevsky, they hold the same depth of understanding as rational thinking. This means that we should not ignore our emotions, but instead embrace them as a valuable aspect of our human experience. By recognizing and embracing our emotions, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. When we suppress our emotions, we are denying a significant part of ourselves and hindering our ability to connect with others. Emotions also serve as a powerful guide for our thoughts and actions. They can reveal our deepest desires and fears and help us navigate complex situations. By learning to listen to our emotions, we can make more informed decisions and live a more fulfilling life. However, this does not mean that emotions should reign supreme over rational thinking. Rather, it's about finding a balance between the two. By integrating our emotions and rational thinking, we can make more holistic decisions that are based on both our logical and emotional needs. Dostoevsky's message is clear. Emotions are not to be dismissed, but instead embraced and integrated into our lives. By recognizing the importance of emotions, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, make more informed decisions, and lead a more fulfilling life. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we acknowledging and embracing our emotions, or are we suppressing them? By taking small steps to integrate our emotions and rational thinking, we can create a more balanced and fulfilling life for ourselves and those around us. Remember, emotions are a valuable part of our human experience, and by embracing them, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Lesson 5. Embrace life with a greater affection than its inherent significance. Life can be challenging, and at times it may seem meaningless. But according to Fyodor Dostoevsky, we should embrace life with a greater affection than its inherent significance, finding joy and meaning in even the smallest moments. This message is powerful and inspiring, reminding us to focus on the present and find joy in the little things. When we embrace life with affection, we open ourselves up to new experiences and opportunities. We start to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world around us, and we become more connected to the people and things that matter most. By living in the moment and being fully present, we can create deeper and more meaningful relationships with others. But this doesn't mean we should ignore the challenges and hardships that life throws our way. In fact, it's often in the most difficult moments that we find the most meaning and purpose. By embracing life with affection, we can find solace in hardship and discover the strength and resilience that lies within us. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we embracing life with affection, or are we getting caught up in our own worries and fears? By taking small steps to be more present and mindful, we can create a more fulfilling and authentic life for ourselves and those around us. Remember, life is a precious gift, and it's up to us to make the most of it. By embracing life with a greater affection than its inherent significance, we can create a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. So let's open ourselves up to new experiences, find joy in the little things, and embrace life with all the affection we can muster. Lesson 6. Practice righteousness and fairness. Dostoevsky's message of practicing righteousness and fairness is a timeless reminder that we all have a responsibility to be good and fair to one another. In today's world, it's easy to become preoccupied with our own needs and desires, forgetting about the impact of our actions on those around us. But by making a conscious effort to practice righteousness and fairness, we can create a more just and compassionate society. Practicing righteousness means doing what is right, even when it's difficult or unpopular. It means standing up for what we believe in and treating others with respect and dignity. When we practice righteousness, we create a positive ripple effect that not only impacts those around us, but also inspires others to do the same. Fairness, on the other hand, means treating others equitably and without bias. It means recognizing the inherent worth and value of each individual, regardless of their race, gender, or background. When we practice fairness, we create a society that is more just and equitable, where everyone has an equal opportunity to thrive. But practicing righteousness and fairness isn't just about creating a better society. It's also about creating a better world for ourselves. When we act in a righteous and fair manner, we feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment that goes beyond our individual needs and desires. We become part of something larger than ourselves, contributing to a greater good that benefits us all. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we practicing righteousness and fairness in our daily lives? Are we treating others with respect and dignity and recognizing their inherent worth and value? By taking small steps to practice righteousness and fairness, we can create a more just and compassionate society, one that benefits us all. Remember, the power to create change lies within each and every one of us. By practicing righteousness and fairness, we can create a better world for ourselves and those around us. Let's embrace this message of hope and inspiration and work towards a brighter future for all. Lesson 7. Confront malevolence through acts of love and empathy. In a world full of violence and cruelty, it's easy to respond with anger and hatred. But according to Fyodor Dostoevsky, the most powerful response is one of love and empathy. By treating others with kindness and compassion, we can break the cycle of violence and create a better world. This message is powerful and inspiring, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, we have the power to create positive change. By responding with love and empathy, we can create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around us, inspiring them to do the same. But responding with love and empathy isn't always easy. It requires us to put ourselves in the shoes of others, to see the world from their perspective, and to respond with kindness and compassion, even when it's difficult. It requires us to let go of our own egos and desires and to prioritize the needs and well-being of others. But the rewards of responding with love and empathy are immense. When we treat others with kindness and compassion, we create a positive cycle of goodness that benefits us all. We become part of something larger than ourselves, contributing to a greater good that benefits society as a whole. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we responding to cruelty and violence with anger and hatred? Or are we responding with love and empathy? By taking small steps to respond with kindness and compassion, we can create a more positive and interconnected world, one that benefits us as all. Remember, the power to create change lies within each and every one of us. By responding with love and empathy, we can break the cycle of violence and create a better world for ourselves and those around us. Let's embrace this message of hope and inspiration and work towards a brighter future for all. Lesson 8. Freedom devoid of morality lacks genuine liberation. Freedom is a fundamental value that many of us cherish. It allows us to express ourselves, pursue our dreams, and live life on our own terms. However, Fyodor Dostoevsky reminds us that freedom devoid of morality lacks genuine liberation. In other words, true freedom is not just about doing what we want, but about living a life that is guided by our values and beliefs. Living a moral and ethical life is not always easy. It requires us to make difficult decisions and to prioritize our values over our immediate desires. It's about recognizing the impact of our actions on those around us and striving to create a better world for all. But the rewards of living a moral and ethical life are immense. When we prioritize our values and beliefs, we create a sense of purpose and fulfillment that goes beyond immediate gratification. We become part of something larger than ourselves, contributing to a greater good that benefits society as a whole. Living a moral and ethical life is also essential for our own well-being. When we act in accordance with our values, we feel a sense of inner peace and contentment that cannot be achieved through external validation. We become more self-aware and develop a better understanding of ourselves, leading to greater self-confidence and a deeper sense of purpose. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we living a life that is guided by our values and beliefs? Or are we simply doing what we want without regard for the impact on others? By taking small steps to prioritize our values and beliefs, we can create a more fulfilling and authentic life for ourselves and those around us. Remember, true freedom is not just about doing what we want, but about living a life that is guided by our values and beliefs. By prioritizing morality and ethics, we can create a better world for ourselves and those around us, one that is rooted in compassion, empathy, and justice. Lesson 9. Alienation can be shattered through the power of compassion and affection. Feeling alone and disconnected from others is a painful experience that many of us can relate to. However, according to Fyodor Dostoevsky, alienation can be shattered through the power of compassion and affection. By reaching out to others and connecting with them on a deep level, we can overcome our feelings of isolation and find true belonging. It's easy to feel alone in a world that often seems disconnected and cold. We may feel like no one understands us, or that we don't belong. But the truth is that we are all interconnected, and our actions have a ripple effect on the world around us. By reaching out to others and connecting with them on a deep level, we can create a more positive and interconnected world. Compassion and affection are powerful tools that can help us break down the walls of isolation and create meaningful connections with others. When we show compassion, we are acknowledging the struggles and pain of others, and we are offering our support and understanding. By being affectionate, we are showing our love and appreciation for those around us, and we are creating a more positive and loving world. But reaching out to others requires vulnerability and courage. It means letting go of our own fears and insecurities and opening ourselves up to the world. It means being willing to listen and to understand, even when it's difficult. But the rewards of reaching out to others are immense. By creating deeper connections with those around us, we can find a sense of belonging and purpose that goes beyond our individual needs and desires. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we reaching out to others and connecting with them on a deep level, or are we isolating ourselves from the world? By taking small steps to show compassion and affection, we can create a more positive and interconnected world, one that benefits us all. Remember, the power to create change lies within each and every one of us. By reaching out to others and connecting with them on a deep level, we can break down the walls of isolation and create a better world for ourselves and those around us. Let's embrace this message of hope and inspiration and work towards a brighter future for all. Lesson 10: Cultivate the ability to find solace in hardship. Life is full of challenges and hardships, but it's through these difficult times that we can discover our inner strength and resilience. According to Fyodor Dostoevsky, it's essential to cultivate the ability to find solace in hardship, to recognize the opportunities for growth and learning that exist, even in the darkest of moments. When we face challenges and hardships, it's easy to become overwhelmed and lose hope. We may feel like giving up or succumbing to despair. But Dostoevsky reminds us that these challenges are an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. By embracing the difficulties we face, we can learn important lessons about ourselves and the world around us. Finding solace in hardship requires us to shift our perspective and look for the silver lining in difficult situations. It means recognizing the opportunities for growth and learning that exist, even in the midst of pain and suffering. By focusing on the positives and looking for the lessons in difficult situations, we can cultivate a sense of resilience and strength that will carry us through life's challenges. But finding solace in hardship is not just about personal growth and self-discovery. It's also about creating a more positive and empathetic world. When we recognize and embrace our own hardships, we become more empathetic and understanding of the struggles of others. We become more compassionate and willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. So let's take a moment to reflect on our own lives. Are we cultivating the ability to find solace in hardship? Are we recognizing the opportunities for growth and learning that exist, even in the darkest of moments? By taking small steps to shift our perspective and focus on the positives, we can create a more fulfilling and resilient life for ourselves and those around us. Remember, challenges and hardships are an inevitable part of life. But by finding solace in these difficult times, we can discover our inner strength and resilience, create a more positive and empathetic world, and live a life that is truly meaningful and fulfilling. Dostoevsky's Existentialism offers us a powerful lens through which to view our lives and the world around us. By following these 10 life lessons, we can find greater meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in our everyday lives.